HarperCollins presents Here's Looking at You by Mhairi McFarlane, read by Cassandra Harwood.
Prologue. Rise Park Comprehensive, East London, 1997. The last day of term. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John! Gavin Jukes, in huge pipe cleaner spectacles and a duck costume, strode out to deafening cheers. Well, strode out as well as you can in canary yellow foam feet. A jaunty waddle. He sat down at the keyboard, with some difficulty due to the padded tail, and started bashing noiselessly at a keyboard, carolling along with Are You Ready for Love? Standing in the stage wings, Aureliana adjusted the sash on her 1970s peach polyester maternity gown with knife pleat skirt, and touched a hand to her hair-sprayed bouffant. She took a deep, shaky breath, inhaling that school sports hall odour of tennis shoe rubber, impulse body spray, and ripe adolescent hormones. The Leavers mock rock was a simple but wildly successful formula. Dress up as a pop star, the sillier the outfit the better, and mime along to an old hit. And thank God the crowd loved Gavin. According to all witless graffiti that tackled the topic of Gavin Jukes, he was a massive gayer. And yet he'd fearlessly chosen to impersonate a flamboyant homosexual singer to this rapturous reception. Perhaps Aureliana Alessi, the weirdo who ate whiffy lasagna in Tupperware for lunch instead of mighty white sandwiches, might also finally be laughed with, rather than at. It was as if school had been a pantomime, with everyone merely playing roles, and villains and heroes alike came on to take their bows together at the end. Even Lindsay and Cara, Aureliana's most committed antagonists, dressed in minis and platform boots as Agnetha and Annifrid from ABBA, had studiously left her alone today. Their coven members were swigging contraband Minkoff brand vodka from bottles of Happy Shopper cola and watching her with their heavily rimmelled eyes, but keeping their distance. Aureliana wouldn't have minded a nip of something herself. Maybe the mock rock magic came from the fact that popular older kids were already like rock stars to the younger. Apart from James Fraser. He was like a rock star to everyone. Aureliana glanced over at him and told herself again that this would be fine because she'd be on stage with James Fraser. James Fraser. The mere music of saying his name made her stomach lining dissolve. She'd been skiving PE in the library a week ago, rereading a Sweet Valley High book when he'd approached her. Hi, Aureliana. Aren't you meant to be in PE? It was the most extraordinary moment. 1. James Fraser, god of Rise Park, was for the first time speaking to her. 2. He knew her name, not just the Italian Galleon or Pavagrotti ones. 3. He knew her timetable. He smiled a lazy smile. Aureliana had never seen him this close up before. It was like meeting your idol. All those hours spent obsessing over their every detail, and suddenly confronted with them in the walking, talking flesh. And what flesh! That incredible white lit from within skin, like a church candle flame burning low and glowing through the wax. The oil spill, shiny black hair, and the purple blue eyes. She'd actually tried to draw him in her Forever Friends diary once, using felt tips. It didn't work. He'd ended up a ringer for Shakin' Stevens. She reverted back to the usual hearts and flowers doodles, and the legend AA for JF forever. Don't blame you. PE's such crap. Aureliana made a sort of disbelieving honk noise and nodded vigorously. Sporty James secretly hated PE too. This was proof. They were meant to be. I was wondering, the mock rock. I thought doing Freddie Mercury and the opera singer could be funny. A duet, me and you. Fancy it? Aureliana nodded. He'd used the phrase, me and you. Fantasies had become reality. Right then he could have said, I'm planning on jumping out of that window, doesn't look a long way down, me and you, fancy it? And she'd have followed. It was only in the days after that she pondered the wisdom of going on stage as one of Rise Park's most fat, foreign and bullied, next to its sex god pin-up. What if all the worst bitches crucified her for it?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?